Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Let's talk about making a WordPress theme. So what I have here on my local host is just WordPress installed by default, and it's just a default theme. I just threw in some sample data here. And to make a theme, it's kind of weird, but it's not too bad. So I have NetBeans right here with just my WordPress installation, and you need to go to WP Content and the Themes folder. And what we're going to do is create a new theme. So we're going to create a folder, and I'll just call this Magic. I couldn't think of anything else. And the first thing you'll want to create is a style sheet, and you call it style.css. And inside the style sheet, we have to put something at the top in a comment, and that's how WordPress knows that it's yours. It's just like this. We say theme name equals magic, theme URI equals mysite.com, version 1.0, and there's a couple other tags like licenses and stuff. And what I want to do is just do a body, background silver, font 16 pixels, Arial, sans serif, just some basic CSS. And I accidentally named this CSS twice, so let me rename that. Okay. And we're going to need a header. I'll just call it header. I can get rid of all this. In the headers, just we put our doc type HTML5. A couple of head tags, and we're just doing something really basic to get you going. Meta character set, UTF-8 always, and the title. And we're also going to want to include the style sheet. So link rel style sheet, href, and I'll get to those in a moment. So let's just make a div class. I'll just say div id equals container. Okay, and that'll wrap our whole site. So next we're going to make a footer, new PHP class. I'll call it footer, and this will be the closing tag for the container. I guess we'll just do a /HTML /body. We could throw in a footer in here if we wanted. Copyright never. Okay. So we could even do this. Date Y. So that'll give us the copyright. And we're going to need to define the container. So in style, I'll just say container. Width equals 800 pixels, margin 0 auto to throw it in the center, and background will be white. Let's throw on a border radius to make it look amazing. Well, how about 14 pixels? And for the footer, I'll just say same thing here, and the background will be black, the color will be white, and we'll add about 20 pixels padding, and I guess we'll add some padding on here too. 20 pixels, who cares? Okay, so we have those. Notice this doesn't have a pound sign because it's just a regular footer for HTML5. So back to the header, we want to include our WordPress links, and for the href we just say blog info style sheet URL, and that will go to the theme's style sheet URL right there. For the title, we just say PHP blog info title, like so. And there's a tag for WordPress headers that you'll probably want to keep in there so that it works with WordPress settings, and it would be WP head, like that. How about in the header, we'll also add just the HTML5 header tag, and we'll just put a H1 for the site title, and PHP blog info, and we'll just put the name of the blog here. This could actually go to the home URL, this link here. A lot of people do that. So href, and the URL is home URL slash, I think. Okay. So I want to get a couple of things in here so that we don't have an empty site. So let's go ahead and create a page. New PHP class, I'll just call it page. Okay. And we'll do PHP get header, and this gets the header file right there. And we'll also do a get footer. And most blogs have a sidebar, so let's throw one of those in. Sidebar. And you know that obviously means we're going to have to make a sidebar file in a moment. And we have to do a loop for the content. So I'll just say div, an empty div, and we do a while loop. PHP while something, like that, and end while. So while a condition such as have posts is true, we're going to echo out post data, and I'll just say h2 for the post title, and the content, I think it's called the title, like that. Let me double check. Title, yep, the title. Okay. And then we have to echo the content, and I'll just say PHP the content, like that, and that should have paragraphs and stuff in there. And we end our while loop. Let's create a sidebar. So make a new PHP class called sidebar. I'll say div ID equals sidebar. I don't like using the HTML a side, and in the sidebar we'll just say sidebar. So if we add a CSS style to this sidebar, let's just give it a border 1 pixel solid red so we know clearly where it is. We'll float it on the right, make the width say 200 pixels. So let's go to our WordPress site and go to wp/admin, and whatever your login credentials are, mine are just admin since it's a local copy. It'll help to look at what we're doing, and go to themes, and mine is not showing up. Let me just double check my style CSS file. Theme name is magic. That is weird. So I opened a theme thing right here. I just looked for theme development for WordPress, so I'll copy this. Boom. And up here, boom. I'll change this to magic. And I could leave some of these blank. I don't care about tags or any of this other stuff. Let's see if that adds it. Refresh. Not there. It looks like because the following themes are installed but incomplete. Must have a style sheet and a template. So we got to make a few more files. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's make an index page. New index. So we'll do the same thing as page pretty much, and just paste it in here. While we have posts, do a bunch of stuff, show the content, and I think that's good. Let's see what happens. Refresh, and here is magic. Let me activate it. Now I'll go to visit the site. It's going to look ugly, but we're starting from scratch. Boy, this is slow. Is it gonna load? Well, while we're waiting for that to load, we could make a single blog page. So I'll just right click here, new PHP class, I'll say single. And single is different because it's just for only one record. And we'll just include the header and all that stuff again. And I think in here we want comments. So below the while loop, I'll just say PHP comments template. And it looks like I need to do this. Okay. So here's the site so far with a beautiful WordPress template. Life is long. That's a really long post. And it looks really bad. So let me just make sure I got my styles right. In my container. Ooh, those are all heading 2s. That doesn't look right. So let me go to my index page, the title, and the content. That's odd. So I had to look something up, and it looks like they do something like underscore underscore. I've honestly never seen that before. Continue reading. That's really weird. Let's see what that does. Refresh. I might as well clean up some of this right here. I don't think that's gonna fix it. So, whoops. Let me go to my WP admin and post. Life is long. And it says, hey. But it seems to be it keeps repeating the title, so something's wrong with my loop. Okay, once again I had to look at WordPress documentation. It's kind of weird. You say the post like that, but that doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look right at all. The post. Well, I might as well try it. And there we go. I guess we have to put that in. The post. Okay. So let's build a navigation menu in the header. I'll just say nav right here. Nav. Nav. And we're going to use WordPress's built-in PHP menu, so when we add stuff it's dynamic. We'll say WP nav menu. Okay. And let's see if that does anything. Refresh, and here are my navigation items. And let's make sure this home works. Click. If I go to the sample page, let's see if that works. This should be a page. Oh, I bet we have the post data wrong once again for page. So let me stop. We have to do this weird little thing right here, the post. So I'll go to page, open that guy up, boom. We want this minimal, clean, and easy to use. I think that'll be good. Sample page. There we go. Now we have a sample page. About page. And back to the home page. Okay, that's not going to the home page. You see, the URL's not right. So there's a couple of hiccups to fix here. And go to my header. It looks like I have to echo this out. Echo home URL. Refresh. And WordPress. There we go. And there's my posts. Now my sidebar's in the wrong place. I don't like that. We're going to add a sidebar widget too. So, oh, I should say we can make an array out of this. So, well, let's do the old PHP arrays. And I could say menu will be primary. And that should give it the ID of primary. So I'll refresh. And div class menu. I guess not, folks. I guess it does not like us. It's a very sad day. WP nav menu primary. Menu ID, that's what it is. Menu ID. It would be primary. But we don't really need an ID because it's just the nav. So who cares about that? So for the nav and the header, let's center those guys up. Header, nav, footer, and container. These guys are all going to share the same width and margin, like so. And I kind of want to change my anchor link color, but why bother? This isn't a CSS video, it's a WordPress theming video. And the navigation, so I'll say down here, nav, ul, li, display inline, block, padding, let's say 5 or 10 pixels by 20 pixels for the anchor tags there. See if that does anything. Okay, but this is not an inline block. Ul, let me see, this is a ul, li, a. Oh, I have to do it for the li. So I'll take this guy out, say nav ul li, boom, and refresh. And now we have that. So our header's pretty big. This is pretty good. Sorry, pretty big. And there's a lot of styling like to do, but that doesn't matter right now because we're showing you how to build this. So the sidebar, let's throw that in a proper place. Currently it's down here below the footer. I don't want it there. I want it here, because remember, in the footer, that's where the div ends for the main container. Okay, so I gotta swap those around on a couple pages. Okay, and do we get page? Nope. Okay, so remember, page is a single page, it's not a post. Single is a single post. Sidebar is obviously your sidebar. Index is your index page. So let me refresh and see what we have. And there's our nice little sidebar. I actually think I should just throw it at the top. Probably make an inner container here to be a certain width. So inside this container div, let's make another div. Call it like left or something. So I'll say div ID equals left. And the sidebar we'll put right here. Okay. Same thing. Get the sidebar. It's all a work in progress. Okay. And index page also needs the same thing. Okay, so then to the CSS, I'll say sidebars float right, left is float left, and the width, let's just say 600 pixels. See what happens. Let's give it a border. 1 pixel solid green. And refresh. Okay, that's a little wide, so it didn't fit, so I'd probably have to make this a little bit smaller, the left side. So say, I'll just say 590. Obviously you guys can get your CSS all right, like I keep saying over and over. I'm not sure why this top is like that. Let's grab a reset file. Eric Myers reset. And I want version 2.0. 2.0. Because we want this to look smooth in a lot of browsers. So I'll just copy this guy. And, oh, they have a minified version. Here we go. That's a lot better. So in our style, I'll just do my reset right there. I'll just call this the structure. Okay. And we also want HTML shiv, HTML5 shiv. Let's look for the CDN. Here we go. And this will make your Internet Explorer problems go away pretty well. And we want to include this in our header. Just say like right up here. So in Internet Explorer it doesn't look terrible. So I'll refresh again. Okay. So that resets stuff so it's compatible with a bunch of browsers. And for this guy here, I think it needs overflow auto. Oops, auto. Okay, yep. So the container needs an overflow auto. Where was I? That was the container. Overflow auto. And we gotta, since we have this reset, we gotta define a bunch of text rules. And I'll just say H1 font size will be 26 pixels, H2 will be 22, H3 will be 18. Quick little mock-up. Alright, so that looks a little better. We need to make this a link. Nope, that's the about page. We need to make the posts turn into links, so right here. Let me get rid of the borders because they're ugly. So boom, boom. And down in the index page for the title, I'll say ahref equals that. And for this, we got to do PHP the what is it? The I need code hinting permalink. That's it. I think. I don't have the codex memorized. I've just been playing. Ooh, look. Life is long, page 7. And for the single post, let's see if I screwed that one up also. Yep, I need this again. Sorry, guys. I'm just whizzing through it. We need that little the post after it. The post. So refresh and click. And there we go. Here's all my content. Theme without comments is deprecated. Please include comments. Looks like we're forced to include comments. So I'll make a new comments. Okay, sorry I had to pause the video. I had to look up the comment code. So here I'll say div ID equals comments. And inside of here, we'll list out our comments. I'll say PHP WP list comments. And then down below, div ID equals comment form. I'm not going to style these, I don't think, right now. Comment form. So I hope that's right. I'll go ahead and refresh. And there it is, very plain, kind of dull looking. But it should work. Let's say hey. And look at there. Admin says hey. Obviously that would need to be styled and look a little cooler. The last thing I want to talk about is the functions file. So let's create a new file and call it functions. And this will give us the ability to create widgets. So if you go to your admin area, let me hop over there. WP admin. And we go to, is it pages? Where is it? Oh, I think I have to enable it in my theme first. Create a plugin. So let's register a sidebar. We'll just say PHP register sidebar. And in here we pass an array of settings. And the name is what's going to display. Let's just say right sidebar. We can give it an ID if we want. I don't really care. Okay, so let's see. If I refresh this page, I should be able to get there we go, widgets appears now. Cool. So we have a right sidebar. Let's throw a calendar in there. I'll call it test. You could make more than one sidebar if you wanted. Let's just say second right sidebar, first right sidebar. Refresh. And just throw a couple of things in here. How about? Save. Save. And refresh. It's not showing up because we have to go to our sidebar and include that. So sidebar PHP, and let's say this will be a H3. How about? We'll just leave it sidebar, and let's say PHP dynamic sidebar, and the name. What was it? Is that really the name? That doesn't seem right. 1 second. I think it needs an ID. I'll give it ID to first right sidebar. This one will be second right sidebar. Okay. So first right sidebar. This will be second right sidebar. Let's see what happens. Refresh. And hello world. I don't think those IDs are correct. Let me double over that. Do I need to echo those? Dynamic sidebar. Okay, the ID should be correct, I guess. Register sidebar. The ID. Ooh, we got to do that weird thing. I have no idea what this is. It's so weird. I think it's like this. Okay. Refresh. Please work. It doesn't want to work. Whoops. I guess I'll add a couple of more of them. How about description? The top bar. I'll just say the second top bar. And before widget will be a div. After widget will be a div, and I'll copy those guys up here. Okay, right sidebar array, and then in our sidebar page, where is it? Right here. Dynamic sidebar. Seems like that should work. Refresh. I'm going to add some text in here. I don't know if this is being cooperative. So how about some text? Hey, hey. Save. At this point in the video, I start to sweat a little bit. So if I expand this, oh, I see, nothing's getting put in there. I don't know why. That should, there's nothing getting saved in here. Text. Hey, hey, save. Is that saving? Is there a save button at the bottom? How about a search bar? And save, is there a save button? Or does it just work like Ajax? There we go. So it does work. Lastly, we just need that who posted it and all that stuff. And let's go to index, and I guess I'll make it just a paragraph tag, and we'll say PHP get author link. Let me look this up real quick. Okay, I found it. This looks crazy, you guys. So we have to do echo get author link false. The author data ID, the author data user nice name. I don't like this on all these lines. Like that. So this will be the link. ahref equals this, then we end the link, and then in here we put the author's name, the author. Let's see what happens. I'm scared. Refresh. Admin, and we click it. It says you don't have permission to access this. Get author link is deprecated. Oh man. I guess that means I'm just gonna jump into 2012 under. Ooh, look at all these files. I like to do it simple. Too much. Index. Let's see what they did. Entry header. That's not it. I'll just search for author link. Functions. Get comment author link. Alright guys, I had to look this one up too. This codex is changed. So it's get the author link. Not all this mumbo jumbo. I'll say bye, get the author link. Let's see what happens. Cross our fingers, cross our toes. And it says bye admin, but there is no link. That just gives me the author. Get the author link. Oh, I have to echo it, but I did. PHP echo get the author link. Well, I don't know what it is, you guys. Right now, I was just digging around. But this is just a very bare bones way to start a WordPress layout. Obviously, this isn't styled, and I'm not going to bother with it. I'm not a big fan of this codex. A lot of it's really inconsistent in my opinion. Some things are prefixed with WP. I don't know, maybe that means it's more like a system function. That's what I'm guessing. But WordPress is a pretty good platform for blogging and making a simple website. It can do a lot of stuff. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys. Thanks for watching.